Hello and welcome back to Focus Atlanta. Thank you so much for continuing to watch. In this segment, we're going to talk a little bit about probably one of those resolutions that you've made. And it's to have a little more peace in your life, right? And a lot of us are finding out that sometimes something as simple as meditation can help you with that, but we don't even know where to start. Well, I'm here with Suzanne Adams, and she's going to give us some hints. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
So how often do people say that, right? Like, okay, I hear that it's a good idea, but where do you even start? How do I turn off my brain? I don't know what to do.
All of the time. And I think that that is the most intimidating thing about meditation is everyone is like, am I even doing this right? And I remember the very first time I started to meditate, I had my eyes closed, and I'm like, am I even doing this right? So it's, if anyone wonders that, yes, you are doing it right. And you know, one of the tools is just to start to notice your thoughts as they come in. Know that that's, you know, we're human and that's normal. And then almost just like a boat sailing by in your mind's eye, just watch the thought kind of drifting away.
Okay, because I think, you know, we feel like meditation means you're not thinking about anything at all, which none of us ever do ever.
Right.
So it's like, oh, I must be messing up because I'm now thinking about dinner. I must be messing up because now I'm thinking about my husband, you know.
Right, right.
But that's okay. Just kind of go through the thought is part of, going through the thought is part of your meditation.
Yeah, and just understanding that it's a process. You don't walk in the gym and pick up 150 pounds and start bench pressing it, right?
Okay.
So think of meditation that way. It's just like you have to build. So when you first sit down and your mind is going crazy, that's just your body telling you, like, thank you, that I deeply needed this. And so it's about just really getting into that place of connection and observing your thoughts in a very non-judgmental way and knowing that it's perfectly normal and that with practice, it'll happen with more ease.
Okay. I guess the other thing we want to know is, you know, at what point, because even doctors now are saying, you know, medical physicians are saying you really need to slow down, you really need to, you know, meditate or do yoga or something like that for your blood pressure or for, you know, different things that people are going through.
Right.
At what point do you kind of feel like, you know, I feel the difference? Like, do you remember at that point in your teaching or in your practice that you kind of felt like this is working?
I think for me it was probably around the 30-day mark. I started to see really consistent differences. And you know, there's a study that was done in 2011 out of Harvard University, and they showed that after 8 weeks of mindfulness meditation that you could already see scientific proven differences in the brain. So like the cortisol, there were increased cortisol levels in all of the patients that they studied, and the cortisol matters because that's the part of the brain that governs memory and learning, right? And then it also showed that brain cells were decreased in the amygdala, which is the part of the brain that is responsible for stress, anxiety, and fear. So it's little, for me, like I said, it felt like 30 days, but studies show 8 weeks you can see significant improvements.
Wow. Okay, well, give us some information. So is there a website or a way that we can kind of, you know, get started so that we know that we're starting off on the right foot?
Yeah, I actually have a guided meditation that I created that's really just like a heart connection meditation. So just bringing you into your own inner guidance system. And anyone can grab that for free if they just text the word connection to 345-345. And I would love to share that with everyone. And then also you can just check out more about different meditation practices at SuzanneAdamsInc.com.
Excellent. Okay, so for those of us who are novices, how long should we meditate? Like when we're first starting out, should we try this, you know, for 20 minutes once a day or for, you know, 10 minutes 3 times a day? Like, what do we do?
So it depends on how you take when you start to meditate. So if you sit down and it feels stressful and your mind's all over the place, 3 minutes, even just 3 minutes a day, you can get value in. You know, with guided meditations, you kind of get lost a little bit, like lost in a good way, like lost into the meditation. So I think the guided meditation I have for download is 7 or 8 minutes. And if that's too much, that's okay. You can start with 3 minutes and then just work your way out up just the way you would with anything else that you're new at.
I love it. Thank you so much, Suzanne, for giving us the power and knowing that we could do this and not to freak out when we think, you know, we're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
So give the website and the text number one more time for us.
It's text 345-345, the word connection, and it'll prompt you, or go to SuzanneAdamsInc.com. bestselling.com. And I just want to say to everyone that my life has changed in so many ways, just sticking to a meditation practice. And it's really, you feel at ease and you feel a level of fulfillment that you don't feel if you're not meditating. So I really want to encourage everyone that had the resolutions, even if you fell off the wagon already, it's okay. We're human and that's going to happen. And just to try again and to start back over and just to be really gentle and kind with yourself.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Suzanne.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we can do this. It just takes a little bit of knowledge, right? Or maybe some tips from an expert. So maybe try this guided meditation. Go ahead and text to the number and just the word connection. To start there, like she said, start slow. 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever you can do, and see what the change in your life looks like. Stay tuned for more Focus Atlanta. We'll be right back.